One of the things I've noticed in recent months is that many people are struggling to hold on to hope. Maybe it's the state of the world, maybe it's a diagnosis that won't change, maybe it's a relationship that's broken, or a loss you're carrying, or circumstances that feel impossible. Whatever it is, how do we keep hope alive when things feel this hard? Hi, I'm Dr. Connie Numbers, and in today's video, I'm going to share 3 things your soul has been trying to get through to you about hope. Not to take hope away from you, but to show you there's a kind of hope that can never be taken from you. And the third one doesn't change how you see hope. It changes how you see yourself. So stay with me and let's get started. Number 1, there are actually 2 kinds of hope, and you need them both. Of course you hope for things to get better. Of course you hope your loved one's surgery goes well, that the world finds its way to more peace, that a relationship heals. That's not wrong. That's beautifully human. So keep hoping for those things. But here's what your soul wants you to know. When you only have that kind of hope, you're completely at the mercy of circumstances you can't control. And when circumstances fall apart, which they usually do or sometimes do, then your hope crashes with them. And you're left feeling helpless, afraid, like the ground has just fallen beneath your feet. So your soul wants you to know that there's something deeper going on. There's another kind of hope that lives underneath all of that. A hope that doesn't go away when circumstances get hard. A hope that isn't waiting for the world to change before you can feel hopeful. And this kind of hope doesn't replace your human hope for better outcomes. Instead, it holds you steady while you're hoping for them. And you find this deeper hope by reconnecting with the part of you that is not afraid. The part of you that chose to be here at this time in history. The part that understands something your human self sometimes forgets. That the world has always moved through cycles of chaos and renewal. Always. Empires rise, empires fall. Peace is found, peace is broken. And through it all, something in you knows how to navigate this. Something in you is far stronger than you've been taught to believe. This is what your soul knows and has been trying to help you remember. Now, I know that might sound good in theory, but maybe you're thinking, okay, but how? How do I actually find this soul-level hope when I'm scared or overwhelmed? That's exactly what I want to show you next. And it starts with something you've probably rarely thought about, and that is, number 2, look at what you've already survived. Take a moment right now and think about it. What have you made it through in your life? If you were to write it down, I think it would take you at least 5 to 10 minutes because you could probably come up with a pretty sizable list. Maybe it's something from your childhood that should have broken you, but it didn't. Maybe it's the loss you thought would destroy you, but it didn't. The betrayal, the diagnosis, the financial crisis, the difficult child, or maybe it's the year everything fell apart. But here's the thing, you're still here. Your survival rate in this lifetime is 100%. Every single thing you thought you couldn't handle, you handled. Every time you said, I can't do this, you did it. You got through it. Not because you're special or lucky, but because something in you knew how to keep going. Something in you didn't give up. Now here's where it gets really interesting, because most of us never think about this either. Where did that strength come from? When you were running on empty, didn't think you could go any further, but somehow you found something more? Where did that come from? That, my dear ones, came from your soul. That's the hope I'm talking about. Not the hope that circumstances will change, though they might, and it's perfectly okay to hope for that. But the hope that comes from knowing, no matter what happens, something in you knows how to meet it. Something in you has carried you through everything you thought you could never survive. And it's still here. It's still with you. It's still strong. So use that strength as part of the new way of looking at hope. But there's one other thing your soul wants you to remember. And if you can just keep this one thought in the back of your mind at all times, this one remembrance changes everything about hope. And it's this. Number 3. It's not enough to know that you have a soul within that is giving you the strength to get through difficult times. That's nice to know. But it's time you started knowing yourself as a soul. You don't just have a soul, you are a soul. And in order to remember that, you have to keep reminding yourself every day that you are not who you think you are. You are not your name. You are not your body, and you are not originally from around here. You are an eternal being who was temporarily in this body, playing this character, living this human existence. You've been here before, not as this same person, but as this same soul, coming back hundreds of times, evolving through different lifetimes. Your soul has been through all of it and is still here, still choosing to come back. And whether you believe in reincarnation or not, your soul has an ancient wisdom to it. And it's this part that knows how to handle anything and everything, how to endure, how to grow, how to keep going. And that knowing isn't something you learned in this lifetime. It's deeper than that. Your soul has been through all of it, and it's still here, still choosing to show up. And when you really understand what this means, what it means to be a soul and not just have one, everything I just told you about hope becomes more real, not just a nice idea, because your soul knows this is just one chapter in a much larger story. And it knows that no matter what happens, whether you're here on earth or in what you call heaven, you continue to exist, and you can never be destroyed. And this, my friends, is one of the most important things in your life to remember, that you are a soul first and a human second. And when you remember everything, when you remember that, everything shifts, because now you have both kinds of hope. You still hope for good outcomes, and that's beautiful. You still hope the world gets better, that your loved ones heal and circumstances change, so keep that hope alive. But now you also have this, a deep knowing that no matter what happens with those outer circumstances, you are always going to be okay, because you remember who you really are. You know something? You can lose people, you can lose jobs, you can lose money, you can lose relationships, identities, and even chapters of your life. But none of those are you. The only things that are truly real about you are the things that come from your soul, and they can never be taken from you. Like what? Like your capacity to love, your ability to grow, your wisdom, your connection with the people you've loved, your truth, your essence. These will always stay with you. So when you know both of these truths, that you can hope for the best and know you'll be okay no matter what happens. Now, that's real hope. That's soul hope. So the world might be falling apart, and your circumstances might be genuinely difficult, and I'm not asking you to pretend otherwise. But even in all that, you are not at the mercy of what's happening around you. You were made for this time. You didn't arrive here by accident. There is something in you that knows how to live in uncertain times, how to keep your heart open, and how to keep choosing love even when it's really hard. And even more important, and you may not know this, the world needs you right now. You carry qualities this world needs, like your compassion, your awareness, your courage, and your willingness to see life from a higher perspective. The world needs you to step up as a soul and use these wonderful qualities that you have in your everyday life so you can still hope for change and be a source of strength and light at the same time. This is where real hope lives. In here. Look in here. In you. In the eternal, indestructible, fearless, and loving soul that you actually are. Because the world or life is never going to be your source of hope. You are. So if this video touched you in any way, please give it the thumbs up so YouTube shares it with people who need this right now. And I'd love to know, what video do you need me to make next? Please leave a comment and let me know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Here's another video I think you'd like. How to End the Real Reason We Suffer, where you'll learn what it's like to live from the soul's perspective. One heart, one family, one source. So until we meet again, take just a few minutes today to pause and say hello to your soul. Because there really is no one worth knowing more than you.